What's up, guys? Hey, I'm glad to be back in California. It's late at night, but as always, we working. And today's episode is brought to you by Total Wireless, the official wireless provider of UFC. They're in your corner with unlimited 5G data that won't slow you down. So I've been on this grind. Like I was in New York. We did a 2-day media tour, Chill and I. We talked all things fighting. But the thing that keeps coming up, it came up on ESPN, it came up last week, was Jon was talking about how he would have beaten me worse at heavyweight. I don't have his exact quote as to what he said about the fight being more competitive or something. Back in the day when I was still actively fighting, he was talking about I'm not looking to give anyone advantages. But I'm 46 years old now. It's easier to start talking about, well, I would have did this, this, and the other one. There's nothing that can be done about it. I'm not fighting anymore. I'm not a fighter. And hell, you won 2 fights. I don't know what the point to prove is by talking about what goes on between you and I. We have seen this story. We've had good fights. It was a great rivalry. I enjoyed it. It made me a boatload of money. It was good. But that was 7 years ago. 8 years ago was the last time we fought. 8 years ago. You guys all know our history, right? I ain't got to walk that back for you. How I feel about what he did, how he feels about what I did. I don't have to walk all that back for you, right? I don't know if Jon didn't got asked a question. I don't know if he just randomly brought it up. I thought that lately we had been able to operate around each other better than we had without going into our instances in fighting and all that. But I've got a thing. Like I saw the other day, Jones was talking about how can people say that I'm ducking when I'm out here living my absolute best life? I don't know that that is like the same thing. You can live a great life and not be fighting somebody, whatever. But in talking about what you would have done to me 7 years ago, 5 years ago when I retired, how about this? I've got a novel idea for you. I'm retired. I'm done. I'm 46. I'm washed up. I'm a broadcaster. I'm a commentator. I am a talking head. How about this novel idea? Fight the dude that's actually wanting to fight. I don't want to fight Jon Jones. I have no desire to fight anyone. There could be a 25-pounder called me out to a fight, and I'd be like, I don't really feel like doing that anymore. Those days are behind me. But how about fight the dude that's actually waiting to fight you? Tom Aspinall. Right? Right? It's not about what may have happened back then. We want to know, as the consumer, what's going to happen today. What's going to happen today? If Jon Jones fights Tom Aspinall, what I just said in the first 2 minutes of this video is all I'm going to talk about myself. I am telling you right now, I have no desire to fight this man. Am I afraid of this man? Absolutely not. But I'm not here to fight no more. I'm a broadcaster. But there's a guy that's waiting. There's a guy that's up to his neck in frustrations because he's been waiting for so long. And now you're out in Thailand doing a reality show. That's going to take another month. We don't know when the fight's happening. Dana is getting bombarded with questions the other day on his live. When are we getting that? When are we getting that? He's still trying to find ways to tell people, calm down, it's coming. We want to know, when's the fight with the guy that actually wants to fight you? Doesn't need to be a hypothetical. You guys can actually answer the question as to who's better between you and Tom. I was the heavyweight champ in 2018, 19. You're the heavyweight champ today, and there's another heavyweight champ that wants to fight. Do that. And for everybody going, he's ducking. I didn't think that his video saying, I'm living my best life equates to him not ducking. But I will tell you this. Don't be so quick to judge and think that Tom Aspinall is just going to beat Jon Jones. Don't think that, DC wants to see Tom Aspinall fight Jones because Jones is going to lose. I don't believe that. I don't believe that Tom Aspinall is just going to beat Jon Jones. I fought Jon Jones. I know how good that man is. I know how tough that man is. I know how hard it is to beat that man, or at least attempt to beat that man. He's going through the best this sport has ever had to offer. I just don't know that he's gone through anyone like Aspinall because Aspinall's so big and young. When I was fighting Jones, I was 36 and 38 years old. He was 28 the first time. He was 30 the second time. Roles are reversed now. Aspinall's the young guy. He's the older guy. And that might be his only hesitancy. If I had to guess, I don't think for a second Jon Jones is afraid of Tom Aspinall. The one thing Jon Jones has avoided that none of the other of us have is that visual of him getting finished. Khabib, Jon Jones, even the great Islam Makhachev got knocked out before. There's a visual of him getting knocked out. Jones has been able to avoid that for a very, very long time over the course of 3 generations of fighters. But there just might be a guy right now that seems to worry him a little bit more than most. But is he scared? Absolutely not. Absolutely not scared. Is he worried about Tom Aspinall? Absolutely. I do believe that he recognizes that at his age, with the life that he's lived, all the hard fights, there could be potential for this guy to truly be a problem. Maybe that's the hesitancy. But fear? No, nobody fears. So when I start seeing people saying Islam ran from Ilia, that's not true because nobody's afraid in this thing. Once you commit yourself to being a mixed martial artist, once you decide you want to be a world champion and you work towards that, if you are lucky enough to accomplish that, if you are lucky enough to accomplish that, and not many people are, you're not afraid of anyone. Sometimes the goals may be bigger than what everybody else can see. And I believe that's what's happening with Islam. I really did believe that he was keeping his belt after what I heard him say, after what I heard Dana say. But obviously they changed that. And Ilia versus Charles down for the belt, that's the right fight. That's the right fight. The only guy that could have a claim to that is Arman Tsarukyan. Outside of that, these are the 2 guys that should be fighting for that title. Ilia versus Du Bronx. And it's going to be explosive. But fear? No. Charles isn't scared. Islam isn't scared. Ilia is not scared. Nobody's scared in this fight game. So as consumers, as fans, as people that love this thing, we got to be a little bit more cautious with some of the things we say to fighters. And people wonder why fighters go crazy on them right now. It's because of stuff like that. So no, Jon Jones isn't scared of Tom Aspinall. That's absurd. Is he concerned that this one may be a lot tougher than most? Absolutely. I think he recognizes that this challenge might be a little bigger. But for the record, hey, like I said, I'm done. Fight him. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Fight him. We had our experiences. Fight that dude. Islam versus Jack is going to be sick. Ilia versus Charles is going to be sick. Dustin versus Max is going to be sick. Like, we have so many great fights on the docket right now for the UFC that is just an exciting time to be a mixed martial arts fans. So instead of like us, bemoaning not getting Ilia versus Islam, how about we celebrate getting Islam versus Jack, and we celebrate Ilia versus Charles and all these other great fights that we have. It's an amazing time to be a UFC fan. Hey guys, thank you guys again for tapping in everything I do. I'm going to be giving you guys behind the scenes everything as we get ready for all these big fights coming up. And hey, in Newark, when I go, I'm going to be at Total Wireless for a meet and greet with the fans. That should be fun. So make sure you stay on the lookout for all the details when it comes to that. Until next time, guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends DC's got a YouTube channel, and I'm doing stuff like this. But hey, go fight him. How about that? Just fight the guy that wants to fight you.